Good evening, good evening. Good to see you guys. Hello, Vacandace. Let's see who else we got right now. Hello, Jack. Hello, Book. Hello, Terma. Oh, Terma went to go eat. Hello, everybody. Hello, Elix. I am doing good. Thank you so much for asking. I'm having a good time. Hello, Sneaky. Hello, Toopy.
You should burn the bird cam down. Look at it.
Oh, the bird cam looked okay when I was last looking at it, but I guess it needs to be adjusted a bit. So hang on. Come on. There we go. Let's see if that's a little better.
A little bit more.
Yeah, that's better. Crying tiger steak. They make the tiger cry, they butcher it, and then you eat it. Sounds like you guys are having a good night. Missed you all. Hello, Vincent. Tonight I'm working on a pair of commissions. A little over, I'm about halfway done with one of them. Started it when I got up. So I'm going to finish that up first, and then I'm going to move my way over to the next one. Depending on how I'm feeling afterwards, I might work on Sundari Mecha. So we'll see how the night goes, though. It depends on how quickly I get through this and how my brain's feeling it by the end. I am writing. I am doing nothing but writing. I got about, let's say, 4,000 words to go. So we'll see what happens. Mia is part of Lynx's story, so I don't use Mia. We're looking to get Mia Cup as well for a character that I work on more. I have to get a cup. It's in the works. It's in the works. I want to get more done with my other projects first before I actually commit to it. So these streams have been more of like trial runs and seeing how I feel about them, and so far I like the idea, so it's just a matter of when. Yeah, exactly, Sneaky. I'm gonna get Lily Bell, the main Sundari Mech story that we're working on, so please look forward to it. Anybody working on anything tonight? You guys just hanging out? Oh, thank you so much, Carmine. You lurking in here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Elix gets no ads. Awesome, glad to have you with me, Death Sun. I'll be getting some sprints going in just a little bit here. That sounds fun. $1,200 chapters. Oh my god, no. No. I'm hoping that they're at least shorter chapters, because good god. That's a lot. Like, even with Cat Girls, we're only up to early 300s. We're a quarter of the way there. It's very responsible of you, Book. I applaud you. about 1,500 to 2,000. Okay, so about the same length as what we usually have for cat girls. Brain bugs. Ooh, fun. 7 years ago. Jeez. Well, kudos to them for sticking with it this long. I know that's a tough commitment to make. If you're not truly passionate about what you're doing, it's going to be really tough to get to that. So, kudos to them. And yeah, Carmine, I would love it if you joined me in some sprints. Yay! Glad to hear that, Tupi. That's great. Building a habit is the backbone of making sure you stick to what you plan to do. So, good on you for doing that. Okay. Well, I definitely know that's not a story I want to read then. Thanks for the heads up, Candace. I'm kind of exhausted fighting God, so no thanks. Lit RPG Power Creep is a really tough thing to write and still keep it interesting. I feel like they inevitably have to go to some sort of cosmic or godly length if they spend too much time writing it. The number count gets out of hand. Yeah, and at that point I kind of lose interest. That is just me, though. I know there are plenty of people who are into it, so. I see. I'm surprised the main lead is doing well like that. Unless the author has not acknowledged that, or if that's just your opinion that he's a sociopath. I don't know. Because I know usually characters like that, who are so openly cruel or bad, usually don't do very well. Matt does not become a god. He gets buried 6 feet under. I'm kidding. But yeah, like if we're joining the rank of deities, no thanks. That's just too much. That's too much for me. Oh, I'm sorry, did you pay for it? If you guys did, I didn't see it, my bad. 1 second here. There you go. Yeah, what Sneaky said. What you've seen from characters like Kailu and Emberlyn, and to a certain extent Neema. That's the cap of power. I prefer to keep stuff grounded to some extent because it makes fights more interesting. I don't like this idea that, like, you can't be killed by some common foot soldier, essentially. Yes, you can be. If that guy's having a good day and you're having a bad day, he can absolutely put an arrow in your head and you're gone. She is admitted as a sociopath. I am surprised it does well. Let me see if I can find it. There was a story I was writing for what was it? Something on Royal Road. I'm trying to figure out where I left it. 1 second. Bear with me. I think I found it. Project. Projects. 3. Yeah, here it was. Load state 01. This was my first attempt at Royal Road. Let's see, how old is this document? 2018? Yeah, so about 7 years ago. So the basic premise behind this story was pretty much exactly like you were saying, Candace. This guy's a total sociopath. And the idea behind it was that he could do pretty much exactly as the title states, that he could save states, kind of like an emulator does, you know, when you hit save state. And so he can load them, but he can only save a certain number of them, and he can't load them more than once or twice. So he plays with the power, and he uses it to manipulate people. This was my first attempt, though. And as you can see, I didn't write much. It's only 10,000 words. But the point I was going to make is I tried putting this out, and I kept getting tons of 2s and 3s and 1s because people just didn't like that the main character was a sociopath. Even though he explained his thought process and like what he was planning to do and how he went about things, people just didn't like him as a character at all, simply because he was a bad person. So that's why I'm kind of surprised that the one you're reading is doing well. See, that's the thing, Carmine. You'll never know. Were the Minotaurs equal level? Were they higher level? Yeah, Royal Road's pretty fickle sometimes. I guess it really just depends on who sees it first. I feel like your first bout of reviews are kind of gonna send you down a path that's hard to course correct. So Sneaky, I think as long as the character is interesting and approachable, I think it'll still do well. I haven't read anything about your story yet, but characters that do well on Royal Road, or really any kind of fiction for that matter, are those who have either a relatable train of thought or they're doing the best they can with what they have, where the average person could sit there and be like, yeah, that makes sense, I would try that too. And it sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't, but he's doing his best to make the best of a bad situation. I think as long as you stick to something like that, it'll do fairly well. I can't say for sure until I've read it, obviously, but that's been my experience so far. Oh, that's interesting, the Candace. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty similar. Yeah, I think at some point I'll return to Load State 01 because I had a really good time writing it. And without spoiling too much about it, I had full intents of the main character getting his just desserts at some point. So he doesn't keep winning. He doesn't continue to take advantage of people. I think concepts like that are super interesting, though. Because powers like that do warp people, you know? The average person would have a really hard time knowing that, oh, hey, if I just say the right thing, or move the right way, or have a certain amount of money, I can get anything I want. And it can corrupt a person, you know? That's basically what I was going for with it, is that power corrupts. Oh, welcome back, Terma. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, that sounds so comfy. Yeah.
Can you zoom out on the birds a little bit? There we go. Yay. Okay.
Nicolas Cage movies, I'm very hit or miss with those. He's either a complete joke and just so much fun to watch just because of his expressions and how he is as an actor. But there are also a few movies that he acts in where he gives it his all that I'm like, yeah, he did really good in there. So he's really hit or miss for me. Hello, Dark Master. It's a good day. My mind is sharp, and I feel well rested, and I've got tea, and I feel a sense of zen. So I am ready to get to work. It's funny you say that, Carmine, because that's actually where I drew a lot of my inspiration from. A lot of my inspiration was due to Yagami Light, and I was just like, hey, Death Note did well because it had a super interesting premise, so if I have a super interesting premise and I follow another sociopath, I should do well. No, I didn't do well at all. Not even a little bit. I grew really discouraged, so I took it down. It can't be read anymore. If you guys ever want to take a look at it, let me know, and I'll just throw it in the Discord for you guys to take a look at. My mind is as sharp as a bowling ball. I feel that. That's been my last week or two. So I'm right there with you, Carmen. I promise. Today's the first day I felt really, really good. So I hope you feel better soon. Unless that's just your normal state of being, in which case, carry on. Yeah, Candace, you might have a point there, actually, because the character I was writing, it's purely selfish. He has kind of a god complex like Yagami Light, but Light was doing the wrong thing for what he thought was the right, doing the wrong thing for the right reason. So, you know, end justifies the means. Yeah, Raven, I was getting to a situation like that. I had actually introduced a girl who was going to give him for a run, give him a run for his money for the same thing, because she can also load states. So, but I had just gotten to that introduction by the time I took the story down, so I just gave up on it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was just the wrong people got to see it. I think it would do better now. I am also obviously a lot more experienced than I was before, so. Always in a state of entropy where the edges slowly slide away. Is that relaxing or terrifying or? It was meant to be a fairly short story too. It was meant to be a self-contained novel. I wasn't going to make it into a series or anything. I knew exactly where I wanted to go with it. So, I think I could easily finish it in under 100,000. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'll post up what I have left of it, and if you guys feel like reading it, feel free. No pressure either way. But yeah, I'll probably return to that at some point. Alright, that's enough talking. It's time to actually get to work. So if you guys are working on anything, feel free to join me. I'm going to go ahead and start a 20-minute sprint. And then I will talk to you guys right after. Good luck. Thank you so much for the bits, cheer, Carmine. Really appreciate you. All right, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna step away for a minute. All right, sprint up. How did everybody do? So far, I'm doing really good. This last sprint, I got about 600 words done. Excellent. You finished your burrito in under 20 minutes. Nicely done, Termo. Truly a shark among sharks. Ah. Sounds like a good portion of you are still trying to get food. That makes sense. I just finished dinner myself, so please take care of yourselves. I don't know if I said hi yet, Star, so hi. Good to see you. Oh, you're learning to draw, Helix? That's cool. Alright. I've got a good groove going, so I'm going to start another sprint. Feel free to join me if you guys like. Otherwise, I will talk to you once the sprint is over. Sprint over. How's everybody doing? Get some good work done? Raven is our favorite pyromaniac. See you soon, book. Hello, Kukiwi. It's good to see you again. You working on anything tonight? Hello, Woo. We'll be here the entire time cheering you on, Elix. Keep up. You got this. You stay away from that figure site immediately. No, no. All right, I've only got about 80 words left. Or wait, hold on. No, 180 words left. My bad. So I'm going to finish this up real quick. I'm not going to start another sprint yet because I'm going to need to shift to the other commission shortly after. So give me just a few minutes to finish this up. All right, it's all done. Hooray! That's one down, one to go. Barb. Oh my god, putting a couple of Jolly Ranchers in somebody's shower head. Why would you do this? Have a good night, Death's Head. Oh, it's Kiggy. Hello, 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 hello. How's your night? Hello, King. It's good to see you. Sorry for the bout of silence there. I was just answering a message on one of our YouTube videos, so I wanted to help them out real quick. Candace, I might come back to you if I need pranks or jokes or traps. On the cusp of redoing a stream of conscious story with structure in mind to make it cohesive. Fun! I'm really glad you're excited for it. And thank you, King. I really appreciate it. Enjoy your lunch. Okay, now I gotta get back on track and remember where I was with the other commission. Let's see. Thank you guys. Thanks for keeping me on the up and up. Sorry, I'm just reading this and trying to get my bearings where I was with this commission. Now that I'm ready for bed, have a good night, guys. Oh, that felt so nice. She actually did it. She just kept going with all of your spamming. Thank you, thank you. You know, it gets really tough to remember when I've kept my Discord on push to talk or to respond to voice activity. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Purchase head pats from wife. She legit has the best Ara voice. She's got the perfect voice for it. It makes me very happy. I am very lucky. As nice as that sounds, Termit, I do actually need to work at some point, so. And I definitely don't want to make my client wait any longer than they have to, so. I'll get Gremlin head pats set up later this week. That way you guys can actually do that. Yeah, if you turn me into a puddle, I'm just gonna want to lay down in bed and have my wife hug me all night. Oh. Oh, she's doing it again. This was nice. Best wife. Okay. Alright, I think I remember where I was. I just gotta pull up my outline. Let's see. Thankfully, I got it pinned. Alright, here we go. Seeing her type that shit just makes me blush. Alright, for realsies, let's focus. I'm gonna start another sprint. So if you guys have stuff you want to work on, feel free to join me. Otherwise, I will talk to you after the sprint. Sprint up. How's everyone doing? Sprinting on a treadmill while typing, oh my god. That sounds horrible. It would make for a good graphic though. Oh, hi, Traileon. Thank you so much for the raid. How are you? Did you have a good stream? Good. I'm glad to hear it. What did you end up streaming? Productive first hour of words, then community games. Oh, that's fun. That's a little different from what you usually do. I like that. Nice. Very cool. Well, good. It sounds like you had a wonderful time. Oh, speaking of horse drifting, I'm probably gonna try the horse girl game at some point, Uma Musume. I downloaded it. I'm like, oh no. Pineapples. Yeah, I guess Raven can answer that. Yeah, I am not an advocate for gacha games at all in any stretch of the imagination. So I will definitely be playing that 100% free. All right, gotta move this to color now. Bear with me, guys. Boop. No longer tactical verbs. I agree, Traileon. Yeah. What I'm working on right now is actually a ZZZ fanfic, and I had to tell my client straight up, hey, I'm not spending any money on this game at all. I'm just gonna do the bare minimum to get myself familiar with it. It's a pretty cool game. I like it. It's decent. But yeah, it's... Oh my god. It is predatory. To any of you who are coming in and you are not not familiar with us, I am one half of DoubleBlind. My wife is the other. She is working on her own stuff behind me as we speak. She's in the chat as Raven VT. I thought that for a while on Nintendo. Yeah, when I heard that the abbreviation was ZZZ, I'm like, well, I feel like that was an oversight. I'm not sure why you would want that for your game. I guess it depends on to what extent you define that as, Traileon. I know some people like to get to the really end game stuff. Maybe like max out their characters, for example. But if to you completing the game is just getting to the end of the story or just playing through all of the content successfully enough, then great, yeah. I'd say that's good enough. I know how I am as a person though, and I've always been super, super competitive. So oh, she's gonna have to work pretty hard for that right now because I'm in the zone. The Zenless zone. Haha. I'm sorry, I won't do that again.
Right.
Hi.
Oh no.
That was lovely. Okay, she's better at it than I thought. Give you a cookie? I'll give you a cookie. I'll go get you one later. Damn it, wife is just so good at it. I'm just like, yeah, no, I feel nothing. And then she opens her mouth. I'm like, okay, I feel lots of things. She does that to me. Yeah, I'll go get you ice cream later. We have a whole house, in fact. We have mini rooms. She still struggles with her intimacy scenes. She struggles immensely hearing them out loud, reading them out loud, just out loud. She still struggles with that. Oh, don't be jealous. We rent. We don't own it. We struggle just as much as the rest of y'all, I promise. We're just lucky to have a good landlord. Okay. I was able to knock out 1,000 words in that last sprint, so I want to keep this train going. This is really, really easy right now. I feel connected, so I'm gonna keep going. Thank you guys. Star, that's been my experience. This is actually the first time that I've had a good landlord. So yeah, I know exactly how you feel. Trust me, I do. It seems like shitty landlords is just the standard, unfortunately. Thank you guys, thank you. Really appreciate it. I appreciate the applause and the good feels. Okay, see you in a minute, Candace. Reviewing and revisions on Nintendo, I have found that I struggle to do those on digital screens. Whenever me and Lynx get proofs of a book we're working on, like Cat Girls, for example, I always find that I'm able to locate more typos, more errors, more consistency issues if I have a book in my hand. I don't know, I'm sure there's some sort of scientific reason for that. But looking at a digital screen, it's harder to catch those things for me personally. Hello, Kenny. Welcome in. Dark Master, it depends. This is not my standard, so this is really, really rare for me. I don't usually have this much connection. I don't usually do this well, but it's only because I've gotten really familiar with the characters and the client's original character, because he's had me write several commissions featuring his original characters. So I am extremely familiar with them at this point. I know exactly how they tick. So writing conversation between them and the other characters in ZZZ is proving to be much easier than I anticipated. It does feel good, though, to get into that groove when something really just connects with you. Like you're just in tune with the story and you just let the words flow out. But I want to make it very clear, this is not my normal. Usually I get closer to like 300 to 500 words every 20 minutes or so, roughly. And remember, the quality of the words is way more important than how quickly you get them out. Don't worry about your words per minute. That's not a valuable metric when it comes to creative writing. Exactly. Yeah, if you chug 3 cups of coffee, sure. If you just spit out words, I have wonderful news for everyone in the room. Welcome to the stream. Oh, hi, hello. Like I can keep typing and typing and typing and typing, but it's not going to be it won't be coherent. Yeah, words per minute don't matter. Raven BT, she has the highest words per minute that I have ever seen from a person, like that I have personally met in my life. And usually I actually end up with more words per minute when we're doing creative writing than she does. But that doesn't mean the quality of her words versus mine is any better or worse. It just means that we work a little differently and we're just trying to get the best words down as we can. So sometimes she'll get more words than me, vice versa. It doesn't matter. As long as you're happy with the words you got out, that's all that matters. So try not to get too caught up with words per minute. Thank you so much, Book. I really appreciate you saying that. I really am looking forward to seeing what you think about the rest of the series. Raven and I consistently agree with one another that the first book is actually our weakest, and that the series just gets better with each book that comes out afterwards. At some point, we're going to go back to the first book and spice it up a little bit during the omnibus, once we start doing that. Clean things up. None of the events will change, so the story was still going to be exactly the same. Nothing about the story will change. So you don't have to worry about reading an unupdated version or something like that. But there's just a lot of stuff that we would like to make adjustments to really make it shine, you know? The Omni, well, with each time we release stuff, we feel that our most recent releases are always going to be better. So if it's a second edition or third edition or fourth edition, the later revisions are going to be far far better than anything else that came before it. That's just because of experience. We see things now that we didn't before, you know? And you'll keep learning as a writer. This is why I try to stress to so many people, you know, try not to get too caught up with making it perfect, or, oh no, I won't have another chance at this. Like, you're gonna be able to, you'll use that excuse for everything. You will. I like that. A bus that eats both meat and vegetables. Omni-Man but a bus. Oh my god, I'm just picturing this bus shape. This bus with the same color scheme as Omni-Man and just his face on the front. That's funny. Somebody needs to draw this now. What will you have after 20 years? Hong Kong. Oh my god, you guys are hysterical. Yes, of course, they are made of unobtainium. Oh my god, that's still the stupidest fucking name I've ever heard. Actually called unobtainium. We spent 3 seconds on that name. But, real quick, like I was saying though, this is why we try to tell people, try not to get too caught up with trying to make your story perfect, because every story you write after the last one is always going to be better. That's just how it is, because you're going to gain more experience. You're going to see mistakes that you didn't before. You're going to see areas of inconsistencies that you didn't see before, areas where it can be improved. The pacing can be chopped up so that it's more concise. Character interactions feel more natural and they flow better. You're going to run into all kinds of things. This is a practice, not a science. Best case scenario, you end up writing for like 40, 50, 60 years. Even at that point, you're still going to be learning things. You're still going to be wanting to try new techniques that you didn't before, maybe write from a different perspective. There's always going to be something. So write what you want to write, be passionate about it, be disciplined, create a good habit, and just keep going. That's it. It's all about the journey, not the destination. There is no destination. Yeah, exactly like Trey Leon said. Constantly learning and growing. That's writing. So, try not to get too hung up on it. The Candace, that's kind of tough to define. For me and Raven, I know that her and I, if it gets the point across well enough, and it's something that mostly her and I are noticing, and nobody else has said anything, we try not to overdo it. That's pretty much where we go with that, because we get a lot of pretty valuable input for the most part. And by for the most part, I mean like we get a lot of input. I would argue that we get a lot more input than the average person does, so we're very fortunate in that way. My suggestion would be, does it get the point across? When you say it out loud, does it make sense? And if it does, try not to obsess over it. Try to move on a little bit. If somebody points it out later on, then you can go back and revise it a little bit. Because when I first got into writing, I fell into two really big pitfalls, and that was excessive world building and editing the chapter that I wrote the day prior. And the worst part about the second one, the latter part where I would edit a chapter, is I would write a chapter and then the next day I would edit and write an additional chapter. Then the next day I would go back and edit the first chapter, edit the second chapter, write the third chapter. Oh my god, that set me back so badly to the point where I couldn't keep up with it anymore. But I got so obsessed with, you know, keeping it perfect and getting the point across and saying what I wanted to say that I had no idea how to deal with it otherwise. So, hilariously enough, when we got to writing Cat Girls and writing web novels, we didn't really have that opportunity or the time for that. We just had to be like, okay, well, good enough, throw it out there. And because there's no time to really like go over it to that extent, you know? So my suggestion would be to write it very quickly, just glean over it and make sure you're happy with it. Don't stress over it, and then just move on if it gets the point across. That's it. If you have the money, hire an editor when you're done, and they'll help you tremendously. They'll help you see a lot of things that you didn't see before. But if you do get an editor, make sure you're able to understand what is... make sure you're hiring an editor who understands exactly what you're trying to do. They can offer you invaluable feedback. Oh, that's really sweet of you to say, Book. Thank you so much. That is very sweet of you. Yeah, I'm learning that we're a lot of people's first foray into lit RPG, which is funny to me because we don't write like typical lit RPG. We're very different in that way, and that's not me like tooting my own horn or anything like that, because most lit RPGs, they focus more on the system itself, abusing the system, finding loopholes, cheating the system, getting some big superpower, and then solving every problem they come across. That's usually how a lot of lit RPGs play out. But ours is more about the narrative and how the world works because of the system. The system's not the only part of the story that matters. Usually a lot of lit RPGs will throw stat sheets at each other, and they're sitting there for sometimes actual literal chapters going, oh, if I do this and this and this and this, and you're hearing the character's thought process the entire time. And while I can understand there's an appeal to that, I want to see characters interact, and I want to see characters mess up. So it's not my cup of tea, if I'm being honest. I'm really glad to hear that on Nintendo. Yeah. You feel like you're improving every time you write your new piece, right? Every time you write something else, you see something now that you didn't before, and you can use that to apply, and you can apply that to your future works. Trial and error, yeah, that's good, Dark Master. And keep in mind too that anytime we offer advice, it's always in the context of this is what worked for us. Like we've said plenty of times before, it is an art form. So what works for us may not necessarily work for you. Every author that I've ever met is different. Some of them swear by outlines. Some of them think outlines are the death of storytelling. There's no wrong method, so long as you're able to get the words down and do what you want to do. Yeah, my first book sold 2 copies. Woohoo! And one of them was not impressed, and they just quietly ghosted me. I remember seeing the message on Twitter, and I sent them a message being like, oh, what do you think? And they're like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. And then I never heard back from them after that. And I'm like, oh no. Which, to be fair, it was not good. No, it wasn't good at all. But I learned from it. And I've been using that experience to further my craft. Yes, Raven quietly ghosted me. Traylan, can you explain what you meant by sort of like a crossover? Just trying to make sure I understand what you mean by that. until then, I wish you guys the best of luck in all of your ventures. Please keep writing, okay? I am going to go ahead and start another sprint shortly here. Let's see. That should be people's first. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly it, Traileon. I feel like our stories are really, really easy to get into because they are more traditional stories, with the system being more of the background than anything. So if you're able to get through the Cackerel story and understand the systems and complexities behind that, then it'll warm you up to what is typical lit RPG. Absolutely. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and start another sprint because my fingers are feeling better. I typed a little too much. So feel free to join me if you guys are working on things. Otherwise, I will talk to you in 20 minutes. Sprint up. I am feeling really good about this. Only got about a good 500-600 words left. How's everybody else doing? Thank you for Candace. Oh, gremlin mode. And then we'll get head pats for me soon. Promise. Though I'd be lying if I said I'm not going to miss the head pats from my wife.
Like you never get head pats?
Oh, I didn't say I don't get head pats. I just said I'd be missing head pats from my wife for the stream. Verbs. In a good way, bad way, better way, worse way. Yep, no head pats for me. Unless you actually want her to give me real head pats. That's what everybody else was doing earlier. Hello, stupid hand. Feels like it's been a while since I saw you. How are you doing? Oh, you can't? Shame. Well, thank you for checking in. It's going great, actually. I managed to knock out one commission, and I'm almost done with the second. So, doing great. I hope you're enjoying your evening too, dude. I hope we'll catch up again soon. Mine is distinctively me. Thank you. 272 words written. Good job, Star. Nicely done. Oh, okay. No worries then, yeah. Go have fun. Are you being serious, Toast? Because I don't have the I don't have head pats for this gremlin yet. I gotta get those installed. So, in exchange, they just had Raven give me real head pats. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hand. I have a glass of water right here. Appreciate you. Yeah, I know, Toast. I gotta get it done. I'll have it done in the next couple days, promise. So this won't be a problem next time. I like gremlin noises though. Anything that sounds weird and like a miniature monster. I liked doing the what are they called? The Murlocs from WoW. I like doing their noise too. That one's fun. Well, I'm glad you still did some, Star. 272 words, that's more words than you had before. So good job. I'll talk to you soon, alright? Alright, since I've only got 500 or 600 words left, I want to do one more sprint. Let me step away though, stretch, get some water, and I'm going to run an ad break as well. And then I'll come back and finish this off. Oh, heck yeah! Even better, Star. You're nailing it. Keep up the good work. Heck yeah. Sometimes it just be like that. I sometimes have no idea what a chapter is going to look like until I sit down, so I totally sympathize. Sometimes it just works out that way. I find usually a lot of our chapters work out better that way. I don't know what your results have looked like so far, but I'm usually happier with my chapters when it works out that way. Okay, don't want to get off track. So, let me run a quick ad, and I will see you guys in about 3 to 5 minutes, alright? Okay, I am back. Hi. It's so funny, Toast reminds me just how behind I am on some of these features. I even got multi-streaming going on. And Toast is like, no, I want my head pets. I want Big Burb. So I gotta set these up too. Oh yay, autumn temperatures! I'm so jealous. It's gotten so bad here that we have to actually keep the blinds closed all day, everywhere. Alright, since I've only got about 500 words left, I'm gonna start one more sprint. So feel free to join me. And then I will talk to you guys afterwards, alright? I like that meme of Peggy Hill going, I don't know if she's talking about Arizona, but how she's like, you know, this place should not exist. It's a monument to man's arrogance or something like that. And I'm like, amen, preach it. This place should not exist. All right, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Alright, I know it's an early stop for the sprint timer, but I am all done. I am very happy with how it turned out. Just gonna make some last minute adjustments to it and then we're good. Yay! Thank you guys. Nah, it's gonna take a little bit more than that to make her angry. But she will tease and have fun with you. Probably making weird squeaks in the other room. Oh, Star, please. I don't know how old you are, but your 30s are really not much different from your 20s. They're really not. It's just a number. If people take really good care of themselves, they can easily live into their 70s or 80s. No joke. It's actually quite easy. And yeah, she's got good genes. So her grandmother lived till 99. So, and all of the women in her family live long lives like that. So I'm very much convinced that I will kick the bucket long before she does. Nah, she's good. 19. Oh, you young. You a real youngin'. I'm 36 for clarity's sake. So, 30s. Toast 30s or 20s with joint pain only if like you don't regularly do exercise. Like I got a little bit of joint pain, so did Raven. And once we started working out, we started getting less cracks, less pops, and we started feeling really good. I actually feel better, way better in my 30s than I ever did in my teens or my 20s. But I think that's because I was always an introverted kid, so I never exercised much to begin with. But as I got older, I exercised more and more and more, and I am a lot healthier for it. A lot healthier. And there's the sprint timer. I'm sorry if I interrupted anybody early ahead of time and they were trying to use the sprint to focus. Hello, Aragon. Welcome in. Good to see you again. I feel like it's been a while since I saw you. I actually learned too that growing up, I have really poor bone structure just in general, because my dad's bone structure is also really terrible, combined with the fact that scoliosis is really popular on my mom's side of the family. So my skeleton got all kinds of fucked up. But I'm still doing good. I'm still healthy. I'm still running around and Yeah, I've got more energy than I ever have in my life. And I've always been a very low energy person to begin with. Oh, you were born 5 weeks early, Star. Oh, interesting. My brother was born 2 weeks early. I was born 3 days late. And Sky, I'm really glad you got that taken care of. Yeah, when you told us about that, I was just like, oh no, no. Yeah, exactly what Sneaky said. Taking care of yourself is extremely huge in how you age. If you take care of yourself from the beginning and you maintain that, you'll age spectacularly. Especially if you keep smoking and drinking to a minimum, because those both also have really high effects on how you age. You'll do great. You'll find you have more energy, you feel more active, more lively. Any particular reason for that, Aragon? Just kind of lost interest or doing other things? No wrong answer, just curious. Yep, you're a problem to me every single day, Sky. And I love you for that, so thank you. Star, you're not stupid. You come off to me as very intelligent. In fact, like, when I first saw you and saw how you typed, you came off to me like you were in your late 20s. So, I am very surprised to hear that you're 19. Sky's got to compete with me now. He's got to do the double-blind workout gambit. Raven's just working on stuff. Yeah, she's editing a video. So, she's got a lot of work on her plate at the moment. So if she's not chatting, that's why. Star, so did me. Yeah, same thing happened to me and my mom. Actually, my dad almost lost both me and my mom when I was born. Yeah, I was apparently drowning in her blood. So that was something to be told. They had to revive me and everything. Oh, one of my fellow, I almost died in the womb people. You're one of my kin. I'm glad we're here though. We made it. Oh, Sky, I'm not saying you can't drink. I'm saying you keep it to a minimum. You know, moderation in all things. It's okay, I get told that I'm... I'm kind of... It was flattering when I was in like my mid-20s and late 20s, but now it's getting kind of old whenever I talk to somebody who is older. Not old, but older, like in their 40s or 50s. And they usually just assume I'm going to go to college soon. I'm going to go to school. I'm like, yeah, I did that like almost 2 decades ago at this point. I'm done. I'm much older than you think I am. Yeah, Aragon, the DB gauntlet. So when Sky came down here, we showed him what our workout routine looks like. Toast? Sky pays me? Pays me for what? Book was held against her will. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, sorry, you gave me late 20s vibes. Some people are just like that though. Some people are just like old souls. Me and my wife have always been told that we sound way more mature than we actually are, for our age, I mean. Even growing up as a little kid, I was always told that I had an old soul. And kids would make fun of me because I used bigger words, or I had self-control, or wouldn't participate in a lot of bad things or pranks that most kids get into. So, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's really cool. your family has a history of arthritis? I'm so sorry, Sneaky. That sucks. I think as long as you're careful and slow, and you know you don't push it too hard, you should be fine. I think in most cases. But I don't know your history as well as you do, obviously. So I could be wrong. Yeah, childbirth is still fairly dangerous. I hear now most of the time, almost, I'd say it's like every other woman tells me, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a C-section. They just don't even bother with the birth the natural way. Because it's just too much pain, it's too much labor, it's too much hopped up on drugs, that sort of thing. Don't worry, Sky, I'm with you. I have a very particular body type in my head that I want to attain. So I'm sure both of us will reach our goals. We're stubborn enough. Jupi, you're a twin? What type of twin? Like identical twins or fraternal twins? Yep, Vicandis, that's the story of my life. I talk like I'm in my 30s, because I am in my 30s and I look 19. Depends on how I'm feeling that day. Sky sometimes pays me for Sundari Mecha. A lot of the stuff that I've been doing for Sundari Mecha has been of my own volition, because it's a passion project. If Sky does pay for anything, it helps expedite the project, and that's it. Otherwise, it's mostly a passion project. Sky has actually just been helpful in that I can spend more time on it than normal. That's the difference. I'm very glad there's some people in the chat who relate. That makes me feel better. Lynx looks like she's in her early 20s. She's cute as a button. Yeah, she's aged super, super well. I am having a hard time keeping up with all of you guys. You're most welcome, Star. Yeah, like I said, you come up to me like an old soul, like me and my wife. So. Oh, that's cool, Sneaky. That's really, really cool. Oh, no worries, Book. You're good. I think I said one thing to you, but I don't even remember what it was. No toast. Sky does not directly pay for it. It is an idea him and I both had, and anytime he does pay me for it, it just helps expedite the process. But it is definitely a passion project of mine. I am very, very excited about it. I would not be able to get this done in the time that I could if Sky was not helping. All right, Star, have a good night. You take it easy, okay? Okay, TP. That's still really interesting. I don't know any other twins in my life. So you're the first one I personally know.
Josh ate his twin. In womb.
Small Mormon boy and his waifu. Yeah, that's gonna live in my memory for a very, very long time. That was hilarious. Ah, Sneaky, but that's where you just shave the beard. But you sound like... But every picture I've seen of you so far, you have a beard, so I would assume you're pretty attached to your beard. Well, I'm glad you guys are all here. Thank you, Han. Where am I named? Yes, Sky also gets art for the mechas. He helps me there as well. Tremendously. Sky just incentivizes me to work harder. Not smarter, just harder. I am dreading looking for an artist who's willing to draw mecha. Like 70 to 80% of artists that I see either don't draw mecha or want nothing to do with mecha just in general. I'm like, oh no. These same artists usually don't draw armor either, so that's a problem. The screen is black, Aragon, because I have nothing else to write. I finished all of my work. So I don't know what else to put on screen. I could put my background, I guess. That's more appealing to the eye. So there you go.
Do you have a big bird cam?
Oh, that makes sense, Sneaky. Gotcha. This guy's very good at cracking the whip. There will be a lot of times where it's like, man, I really want to write Tsundere Mecha, and I'll be tired though, and then this guy's like, hey, you want to write more? I'm like, yes, I do. Now I have an incentive. Now I have to. Sometimes what kind of helps me is if I get pushed in a direction, because if it's something I have to do, something that needs to be done, it's a task, it pushes me to keep up with it better. If I'm left in control of my own devices, sometimes I'm a fool. So that's me being totally honest. Right, play ZZZ on stream to show us the research you've been doing. Haha, no. I'm trying to remember what part I got up to. I haven't gotten very far. I got up to like Nekomata, I think, talking about the team. Like how she joins the Hares or something like that. Oh, thank you, Book. This is actually the background to one of my favorite pieces of art that I had for another character from another story that I'm working on called Drive. Many of you already know about this story, so I'm not gonna give you the spiel all over again, but I will give you the image and show you which piece of art I'm talking about. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you could always dye it, Sneaky. That's always an option. But if you're happy with the salt and pepper, rock it. I am very hopeful that Comte can handle the mecha. I'm betting Rock can. Rock can, because seeing like how he did the cover for Snail Girls, like the ship, tells me that he's good with what do I want to say? Complicated structures. So I'm betting he could do it just fine. But Comte apparently, you know, is really good with landscapes. So she might be able to do it too. Oh, we'll get it. We'll find somebody who will do it. If not Rock or Comte, then absolutely. Thank you, Toast. I appreciate your excitement for Drive. No, Dark Master. Drive is another story that I've been working on for, gosh, almost 2 decades now. It's gone through rewrite after rewrite after rewrite. I know what the plot looks like, and I've just never been experienced enough to give it the attention I feel like it deserves. But the book is the series is named Drive for a very particular reason. I'll get to that eventually. It's my trunk novel. It's my baby. It's my magnum opus. So I'll get to that eventually. Oh, thank you, Buck. Yeah, this character is Yukari. She is one of the characters that the main character of my story, Ryok, runs into. Here's another piece of her. She's a very old character of mine. I conceptualized her like 15 years ago. And she's just gone through all kinds of changes since then. She's really developed as a person. And then this is the heart of her that Don did for me. That's Kukiwi in the chat. Yeah, we'll keep things consistent, Sky. I'm not concerned. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. You guys are hysterical. I should probably close up shop here pretty soon. Because I gotta treat my wife. And I know the store closes in about 30 minutes.
Everything closes at 10.
I gotta go now, because they close in 10 minutes. So, thank you guys. I will catch you later, alright? Have a good night, and thank you so much.